Okay, so we're doing Bible again. It's it won't take that long. It's Luke 23. This is interesting because I didn't know it for a long time that Pilate sent Jesus over to Herod because he was a Galilean. But here we go. Then the whole company of them arose and brought him before Pilate. And they began to accuse him, saying, "We found this man perverting our nation and forbidding us to give tribute to Caesar, and saying that he himself is Christ the King." And Pilate asked him, "Are you the king of the Jews?" And Jesus answered him, "You have said so." And Pilate said to the chief priests and the multitudes, "I find no crime in this man." But they were urgent, saying, "He stirs up the people, teaching throughout all Judea from Galilee even to this place." When Pilate heard this, he asked whether the man was a Galilean. And when he learned that he belonged to Herod's jurisdiction, he sent him over to Herod, who was himself in Jerusalem at that time. When Herod saw Jesus, he was very glad, for he had long desired to see him. Now remember, Herod had John the Baptist decapitated because he had heard about him, and he was hoping to see some sign done by him. So he questioned him at some length, but he made no answer. The chief priests and the scribes stood by, vehemently accusing him, and Herod with his soldiers treated him with contempt and mocked him. Then, arraying him in gorgeous apparel, he sent him back to Pilate. And Herod and Pilate became friends with each other that very day, for before this they had been at enmity with each other. So Pilate and Herod are friends, I guess after throwing Jesus around to make fun of him. Pilate then called together the chief priests and the rulers and the people and said to them, "You brought me this man as one who was perverting the people. And after examining him before you, behold, I do not find this man guilty of any of your charges against him. Neither did Herod, for he sent him back to us. Behold, nothing deserving death has been done by him. I will therefore chastise him and release him," says Pilate. So Pilate's going to let him go. But they all cried out together, "Away with this man, and release to us Barabbas," a man who had been thrown into prison for an insurrection started in the city and for murder. Pilate addressed them once more, desiring to release Jesus, but they shouted out, "Crucify him, crucify him." A third time he said to them, "Why? What evil has he done? I have found in him no crime deserving death. I will therefore chastise him and release him." But they were urgent, demanding with loud cries that he should be crucified, and their voices prevailed. So Pilate gave sentence that their demand should be granted. He released a man who had been thrown into prison for insurrection and murder, whom they asked for, but Jesus he delivered up to their will. So I guess it's kind of like mob rule. You know, it's like that's why mob rule isn't always a good thing, because people will be like, "Give us the murderer guy instead," because they're so worked up. It's like, well, and you have the law saying Pilate says this guy hasn't done anything wrong, I will therefore chastise him and release him. And he's trying to get Jesus out the door, but then he doesn't. Then because everybody's so crazy and wants him dead so bad, he's like, whatever, which is the wrong move. But well, I guess the law is corruptible. I don't know. But isn't it funny how they sent him over to Herod? Oh, he's a Galilean, is he? Okay, well, get him out of here and send him over to Herod's place and have Herod deal with him. And Herod sent Jesus back in beautiful apparel. And I don't know how Pilate and Herod became friends. So there's a little bit of the Bible for you.